today we're going to do a request dish that I've been asked for this loads of times. We're going to make a chicken korma, really mild sweet curry. We're going to do it in two parts. So the first part we're going to make a base that you can use to develop any curry from. The second part we're going to make the korma sauce. Okay, so let's get going. So let's go through the ingredients first of all for the curry base. 500 milliliters of water, 3 chopped onions, 4 cloves of chopped garlic, a 3 centimeter piece of roughly chopped ginger. Then if we move on to our spice selection over here, I'll start off 1 teaspoon of table salt, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of mild chili powder, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, half a teaspoon of ground cumin over here. Then if we move down here, I have half a teaspoon of garam masala and half a teaspoon of mild curry powder. Not forgetting, over the top there, 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. I've also got 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, so the first thing we need to do to make up our base is pop a pan, a large pan by the way, onto a medium heat, and we'll bring all that 500 ml of water to the boil. Fantastic, my pan's just about begun to boil. I'm going to turn that down. Just all we want is a light simmer. And I'm going to pour our onions in there. I'm also going to pour our chopped ginger in there. And our garlic in there too. Give that a good mix up. Just pop the lid on. We're going to leave that for 40 minutes just to simmer away nicely. Alright, that's had about 40 minutes then, so hopefully, as you can see, them onions have got nice and translucent and the water's reduced down quite substantially. So, we're going to go in with all of our spices and our tomato puree. We're going to go in with our vegetable oil. Give that a really good stir up. Get everything combined together nice and evenly. And once you've mixed that together, quite simply, place the lid back on, leave it for another 15 minutes. That's great. The sauce is lovely and vibrant now, and the smell in the room smells just like an Indian restaurant in here. Okay, so turn that heat off. We're just going to allow that to cool to room temperature. So our base has just cooled to room temperature. The next stage, we're going to need one of these, a hand blender, or if you prefer, use a normal food processor or a blender and just pour your base into there. So, be very careful not to get it everywhere. We're just going to pulse it up until it makes a nice paste, a real thin paste, like a gravy. You should end up with something that looks quite a lot like this. Okay, so once you have that lovely gravy consistency, just pour it into a bowl. I'm just going to pop that into the fridge and save it for later. So we'll just set that base aside to the fridge then. You can either freeze that down if you'd like and use it whenever, or keep it in the fridge, use it within the next 3 days. We're just going to put it to a side, use it later on. We're going to move on to making our korma sauce now. So I'm going to take you through to the ingredients that we'll need for that one. 800 grams of diced chicken breast, 175 milliliters of coconut milk, 200 milliliters of single cream, a separate half and half mixture of 25 milliliters of single cream and 25 milliliters of coconut milk. That's just for the garnish at the end. 2 tablespoons of ground almonds, 2 tablespoons of ground or desiccated coconut, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and just a few flakes of almond for the garnish at the end as well. Okay, first things first, take a large wok or a large frying pan, turn it on to a medium heat, go straight in with 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So we're just going to seal our chicken. So put your chicken into the wok. We're just going to seal it until it changes colour, goes white all the way around. Take it between 8 and 12 minutes. By sealing the chicken, just locking in all that moisture and all that flavour. So when you get to the stage that you're happy your chicken is sealed, you want to pour in that curry base that we set aside in the fridge earlier. Give that a good mix up. Get it all nicely combined with the chicken. And you just want to let that simmer away on a medium heat for about 4 minutes. Okay, so when your base is at about 4 or 5 minutes, now's the time to get your water on for your rice. Just follow the instructions on the back of your packet for the rice. So regarding our curry then, your base is heated, it's had about 4 or 5 minutes on there, chicken's sealed. So we're going to go in with our 2 tablespoons of white sugar, our coconut milk, and our single cream. Give all that a really, really good mix up. Okay, we're now going in with our ground almonds and our ground coconut. Again, just continue to work that together. This wants to be simmering away nicely for about 1/4 of an hour, and just make sure you regularly stir that as well. You want to get everything worked together nicely, and you'll notice your sauce start to thicken up. Okay, fantastic. So that is our finished korma. All that's left to do now is serve it. So grab yourself a bowl, bigger the ladle the better. Fantastic. There we have it. And a little decorative tip I like to do. This is what this cream and coconut was made for earlier. Just a little teaspoon, just swirled in the middle there. And then take a few of your almond flakes and just sprinkle them on the top. And there you have it, that's your finished restaurant takeaway style